Hello, this is Ray Garrett, and what we're going to learn today is just the basics of Searchlight. Now, this isn't necessarily designed to teach you how to use the system yet. There will be follow-up videos for that. But the reason that we're doing this video is just to show you the basic capabilities of the system and where to go to find things. It's a very, very good primer to learn how to start. So without further ado, we're going to do that in just a few seconds. I'm going to go ahead. Okay. So this is the Searchlight login screen. By now, you should have your Searchlight password and username. This is the login here. You should have that also. But if you do not, please see the links that are provided. That should get you in the right direction. Okay. The searchlight.aur.zipraealty.com/prospect/login. Okay. So the first thing we do is you put in your username and password. Mine is already there, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. Now, just like any database, it's going to be laid out in a common way. So the way that this database is laid out, just like most other databases, you have a display screen where your search results are going to populate, and it's right here. I'll show you what these boxes do in a later video, but for the time being, you see that this space here is the display area. At the very top, you see my name here as I'm the one who's logged in. But at the very top, you'll notice the district selection. You always want to make sure that you're in the right district when you log into Searchlight. This way it pertains to you. Most of you you have access to your district, but in some cases you may have access to other districts. So make sure you're in the correct one just by glancing up and making sure it says your district. Currently it's in the Orlando district. And so over here to the left, you'll notice that there are other buttons that are accessible to us. So I'm just going to go through these really quickly. In the beginning, the Add New button. This allows me to add a new candidate, and it is only for that purpose. It is for no other purpose, not an add a new note, or once you're inside of a field, you click Add New to add note or something like that. That's not what it's for. It is for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to add a brand new candidate into Searchlight that isn't there currently. Next, you have a Campaigns button. Now, so once I click this tab here with the campaigns, other campaigns will drop down. These are saved campaigns, and think about campaigns as kind of like I guess a calling campaign. What we do here is we create basic folders, I guess, that we put candidates into, and we say that we want to call the candidates in this specific folder. So for instance, you can see this one that I'm mousing over right now is a Coldwell Bankers, 200,000 to 1.5 million in Orlando, and it's 92 agents that fit that bill. So those agents are specific, and those agents are in a calling campaign. So we can create campaigns. Next thing we can do in Searchlight is do an advanced search. So advanced search is basically just a regular search, but you have some advanced functions within here. So you see here the methods that we're able to search by, or the delineating factors we're able to search by, which is brand, office, favorite territory, favorite city, favorite zip code, and then we can type an agent name in here. By typing a name in, you can type an entire name in or any combination of letters that exist within that person's name. Now, if I drop down this box, we can have some other features that we can search by. So once I drop down the agent production box, now the next question it's going to ask me is, what's the criteria? What criteria of production do you want to look for? We got 4 options. The first 2 aren't necessarily as relevant. These are zip related pay plan levels, but the last 2 really are. The last 2 is the number of deals they've closed or the volume of closed transactions. So right now, let's just search by number of deals so you can see what I'm talking about. Now you can set a minimum level and a maximum level. So this means that you're searching agents between 2 and 6 transactions in Orlando. When I do that, you see instantly the amount of agents who fit in that category populate at the bottom. So there may be 25,000 agents in Orlando, but only 15,000 of them have closed between 2 and 6 transactions in a rolling 12 months. So that is the agent production. The next is the changes in production. So what this allows us to do is search out agents based on production changes over a period of time. So let's say that I want to search people with the buying and list side. I want to see only those who've decreased in production, meaning that this rolling 12 months period compared to the prior rolling 6 months period, that they've decreased in productivity over the past 6 months by 30%. Now that brings me up to 2,841 agents. So if I want to search by that, changes in production. Once I search, once I put in my criteria, I hit a search button, and just to show you how that works, I'll hit the search button now, and those agents will populate in this field. And so it's just a table, and you see all of this information is available. At the bottom, it'll tell you that I am working with 29 different pages, so it's 100 candidates per page, and 29 different pages. It's displaying 1 of 100 of 2841. So if I want to look more deeply at a candidate's record, I simply just mouse over and then click, and there is a record there. If I need to enter information, I simply hit the edit button. And we're going to get into how to do all of this at a much later time. Right now, we're just looking at function. And so if I just want to close out anything, I just hit the X up here at the top, and it closes that search out. So that is the advanced search. Now there's a global search here. This is probably less relevant to you at the district level, but it will allow you to search the global directory if you need to. So for instance, if you have somebody that you run across, they're not in your district, but they tell you they've been an agent in Ohio or something like that, or they've been an agent in California, well, you can look up their email address, or you can search by any of these criteria and look them up throughout the entire database. So that's the global search. And finally, you can pull reports in Searchlight. Primarily, these are milestone reports, but you also have activity reports. And I won't go into detail here, but you've got a milestone report will let you search by, like, let's say, interview scheduled, and we'll get into that later on from different time frames. Activity report will just let you pull an entire activity, so everybody who used or your own usership during a specific amount of time. And then the referrals report, usually used at corporate to look at the agents who were referred to Zip Realty, so by another agent. And those are typically what's displayed in the reports field. And that's it. Searchlight is a very, very useful database in that all of the numbers and all of the contact information displayed is usually personal information, meaning that you're not getting the broker's number, you're not getting anything like this. Is usually cell phone numbers. If it has an email address, it's usually their personal email address. Also, it's useful in that this production, you can see what their production is. You might talk to an agent with $5 million differently than an agent with $1 million in production. So you can not only see that, you can search by that, and you can also see changes in production too, which is very valuable to let you know who might be struggling at their current brokerage. Okay, I did skip over this browse button here, but it is again, it's something for a later date. It's more specified. So anyway, that is Searchlight in general. You've seen the basic features it'll do. Now we're going to do individual videos on each aspect of Searchlight, so you can learn all about this database while we're using